Hey, what's going on, everybody? Brando Free-to-Play, back on my free-to-play account, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 5 best heroes for a free-to-play player, meaning these are the 5 heroes that you should have gold or begin working on getting them to gold. And some of you might or might not agree with this list. If you don't agree with it, go ahead and leave a comment with what your top 5 is. Alright, so let's get started with pick number 1. And in my opinion, the best free-to-play hero, or at least the free-to-play hero that you should definitely max out first, is going to be Trickster. And a lot of people might be like, why Trickster? There's so many videos, so many people saying Trickster is useless, Trickster is worthless, never have Trickster as your leader, this and that. And well, yes, you shouldn't have Trickster as your leader. He is not an attack hero. Worst case scenario, if he is the only gold hero you have, sure, send him in attacks. He's not really going to benefit you all that much, but there is a slight benefit. But there are better, quote-unquote, ranged attack heroes. Trickster is not a ranged attack type hero, okay? He doesn't boost your ranged troops, okay? I hope that clears it up. The main reason why Trickster is number 1 on my list is because he is the single one and only free-to-play hero that Lords Mobile and IGG has introduced in the 2+ years that this game has been out. He is the only one that'll give you research speed boost of 25%. Now, as you guys may or may not know, there are quite a few pay-to-play heroes that give you research speed increases. Several of them, actually. Free-to-play only have 1, which really sucks ass. But he is the only one, which is why he is number 1 on my list. Not only that, but he deals an insane amount of damage in hero trials and also in Coliseum and monster hunting. So he is a versatile hero. Just don't use him to attack castles or rallies or darkness. Okay? Number 2 on this list is none other than Rose Knight. Now, Rose Knight might be number 1 on some people's lists, but, you know, it's a matter of preference, okay? In my opinion, as a free-to-play player, you want to focus on building your account, getting your research as far ahead as fast as you can. That way you can start having some actual fun in the game, right? Now, Rose Knight is second, in my opinion. She was the second hero that I got to gold. Mainly because of the army attack stats. Now, if you guys don't know, when you send a hero out to attack, these logistic stats only apply if the hero is in the march or on your wall, okay? So 20% army attack is essentially 20% infantry, cavalry, and ranged attack. So it applies to all of the troop types, bringing it into a reality total of 60% attack stats. Yes, it says 20, but like I said, it applies to infantry, cavalry, and ranged. It applies to them all. So I hope that clears it up. Now, not only does Rose Knight provide 20% army attack, it also provides a big 50% cavalry max HP. Now, attack and HP are the 2 most highly sought after stats in the game. Okay? They are. They are. And she provides army attack and cavalry attack. And for some reason, people love cavalry attacks. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's because T4 Cavs are dragons and people like dragons. I really don't know. But a lot of people love T for cabs or just cavalry attacks in general. Great hero for attacking, a staple, and I mean a staple in almost every single Coliseum team is Rose Knight. Almost every single Coliseum team. And from 1 to 100, I guarantee 99% of those teams have Rose Knight. And you might ask why? Why is she so important? Because of her second ability here called Justice Call. So pretty much at the beginning of any attack or any Coliseum battle, hero stage battle, this doesn't apply when you attack castles. Okay? Any Coliseum or hero stage battle, she will put up a shield on every single one of your members, essentially soaking up the first barrage of attacks, up to 6,000 damage. Okay? And this is just amazing to have. It is awesome to have because that first burst of damage essentially gets negated. That is awesome. Not only that, but her ultimate deals a ton of damage. If you think about it, if there's only 2 enemies left and the shield bounces back 6 times, that is, 3 hits per enemy dealing 3,100? That's like 9,000 damage alone to those two heroes. This ultimate is pretty overpowered in the sense that it deals a lot of damage and it stuns. It has a potential to stun. Alright? Not only does she stun, put up a shield, but she can heal the ally with the lowest HP. And also reduces the damage taken for that one hero. That is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And now it is time for number 3. And for the third best top hero for a free-to-play player, I'm going to go ahead and go with Demon Slayer. Now, Demon Slayer is an extremely versatile hero that can be used in pretty much every single aspect of the game. From Coliseum, to monster hunting, to sending him in attacks, to putting him on your wall. He is one of the more, I should say, useful heroes to have at gold. Now, he might not necessarily give you any sort of benefits to your construction speed, to your research speed, to your monster hunt energy, things like that. But what he does offer is great infantry attack stats. It gives you infantry 30% infantry attack and 50% max HP. Also, granted, walls, for the most part, are generally useless. But if you are a wall trap, and you have traps on your wall, Demon Slayer will just give you an extra 30% more damage, which I guess isn't that bad. Now, some of his more common uses are in monster hunting and in Coliseum. You see this hero in Coliseum quite a bit as a magic assassin, pretty much because he pretty much is that's what he is. He's a magical assassin. He has a lot of magic defense, right? Where is it? M defense is at 601 compared to his regular defense, right? So that is quite a bit for an assassin to have. And he does a pretty decent amount of damage. I mean, this one skill does 5,000. This skill does 3,800 and silences. And I mean, increases magic defense by 300. Its crit, I mean, its ultimate deals 5,000 damage and reduces magical crit by 130. So I mean, just that on its own, he is by far the best magic assassin, or one of the best magic assassins. And he's a free-to-play hero. Extremely useful. number 4 hero is actually number 4 and 5. They are going to be maybe not the how can I say this? Some people may agree with my number 4 and number 5 pick. Some people may not. But these number 4 and 5 are heroes that I strongly recommend for people, especially free to play, to consider maxing out. Okay? Now, number 4 is going to be Child of Light. Okay? Now, reason being, Child of Light gives you 30% cavalry attack, 50% cavalry HP, and like I mentioned with Demon Slayer, this gives you a little bit extra wall trap HP. So if you are a wall trap in general, it might be a little bit beneficial. Now, one of the main reasons I suggest Child of Light is for the hero stages. Pretty much because he is a tank in hero stages. He is able to put a shield on the weakest ally that'll reduce damage for 4 seconds, up to 3,600. And that's pretty good. Alongside that, he's able to go ahead and put in a mid-range attack, and he's able to reduce the magical defense of enemies for 3 seconds. Not only that, but he also increases his own strength. But aside from these two skills, the main reason you want to use him in hero stages is his ultimate, because his ultimate is a 5-second stun, and the area of the stun is a significant amount of area. So you can get a lot of targets in there and potentially stun them for 5 seconds. Now, a 5-second stun, that's amazing in hero trials, hero stages, whatever they're actually called, right? So, very, very, very useful. This hero is also very useful in monster hunting if you need a magic tank. Meaning you need a hero that can tank damage and also provide a debuff for your damage dealers, your magic damage dealers, right? If you need your Child of Light to put a debuff on for your Incinerator, for your Snow Queen, for your Trickster, for your Bomb and Goblin, right? This is a solid tank. Now, I know this hero has very limited play in Coliseum, but I'm pretty sure there's a team where he is actually very useful. Now, as we're coming to a close, number 5 is actually going to be 2 heroes, because they are both useful in their own way, and they are both very important for free-to-play players. Those 2 heroes are Scarlet Bolt, for her great and really great skills, especially her passive skills, meaning this is going to reduce defense by 120 points. This is great for monster hunting, okay? Also, Scarlet Bolt is one of the 2 heroes, free-to-play heroes, that'll give you construction speed increases of 20%, okay? The second number 5 hero is going to be Sage of Storm. Like I've mentioned with Scarlet Bolt, Sage of Storm gives you 20% construction speed boost. So with those 2 combined, you have 40% permanent on all the time. These heroes do not need to be on your wall. These heroes do not need to be your leader. These heroes can just stay sitting there dormant, not doing anything, and you get those stats because they're administration. Now, if you guys need me to go over administration versus tactic or logistic, let me know. Now, also, Sage of Storm is fantastic for monster hunting. those magic, those monsters that are weak to magic damage, because he reduces magic defense by 120. So that way your damage dealers do that much more damage. You guys get what I mean? So I hope you guys enjoyed this list. I hope this was beneficial to you, and I hope you learned something. If you didn't, let me know. If you agree with the list, let me know in the comments. If you don't, hey, give me your top 5. All right? Until next time, guys. Bye.